Buddy, this is Daisy Princess 2004 here. You may think that's the number of string tricks I know, but it's actually the year I was born. So this is a string trick channel. Today we're gonna, for my first one, got my string here. I usually wear it around my neck. We're going to do Jacob's Ladder today, which is a really common string figure that's actually been seen in been cataloged in many different societies that do string tricks. So I'm going to just demonstrate how to do that today, and I'll use some of the nomenclature that's standard, but I'll also use some of my own terms that I've made up to describe what I'm doing. This brown string's not actually very visible there, is it? Be right back. Here I've got a multicolored string here. It's probably about 3 feet in length, which is pretty short, but it's a decent length for Jacob's Ladder. It'll be a little, see how far my hands apart are. It'll be a little short for Jacob's Ladder, but we'll just get a little small one. Should probably be good for demonstration. So you start off with your string like this. Did not mean to press stop when I needed to wake my screen up. Whoops. Anyway, we start off with position 1 here. You got a single loop. That's what we're working with. Single loop of string. And if you're new to string tricks, you might never have done this before. So this is what it looks like. You just, no twists, comes in from your palm and behind your thumb and pinky on both hands. It's called position 1. Then for Jacob's Ladder, you also move right into what's known as opening A, where you pick up your left palmar string. This is my left hand, even if it looks opposite to you. And I just pick up that string on the back of my pointer. And then I go right in that loop that I've created there and pick up my right palmar string with the pointer finger on my left hand. So I did that with my pointer fingers. And I got opening A. That's what opening A looks like. This is very common in a few series of tricks. Let's see. So the next thing we're going to do for the first step of Jacob's Ladder is we drop out our thumbs. And pretty easy, huh? Then next thing we've got this bottom string, which is also known as the far pinky, because it's, when I hold it like this, it's the farthest string for me, and it's in that pinky loop there. Got a loop around both of our pinkies. And so to pick that up, there are a couple different ways to do it, but only one will get you Jacob's Ladder in the end. So you got to go behind all the other strings. I'm on this side of them. I'm not pushing down in front of them. I'm behind them, and I'm picking up from beneath and behind. And I bring it back without picking up any of these other strings. It'll look like that. Then the next thing you're going to do, to remember this, I just tell people you go over a string and then under the next one. So what you do is you go over that near pointer string and pick up the far pointer, which is actually, you can see I'm picking up the next one on each side, but they're different strings, so that's important to note. And so once I've picked that up, I can drop my pinkies out, pull tight. Then it looks like that. Kind of cool looking. Then we come with our pinkies and do an over-under from that side, over that first string, then under the next. Pick that up, stretch it out. The next thing we get to do is we get to drop our thumbs out completely. And we've got what's called cat whiskers. Meow, 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 meow. you have to meow basically when you do that, unless you're going for speed, I guess, but it's really, yeah. And then the way to remember what happens next, people always wonder which string to pick up. You go over, over, under. You pick up that near pinky string. Got something that looks like that. And the next thing that happens, you have to expand your finger loops, your pointer. See, you got a loop around your pointer. Expand that loop so it's still over your pointer, but also over your thumb. Same on the other side. My pointer loop, expand it so it's also over my thumb. Then I've got something that looks like this. And see these white strings coming off my thumbs? Those were on there before the loop I just put on there. So, and I need to get out of those. So some people use their mouth. You pull that off without losing that other loop on our thumb. I also like to just roll out. So I did the same thing on each side. But one side I used my mouth, the other side I just rolled out. Now we're ready for the last, basically the last step of this trick, which I call the tiny triangle turn. Can you see the tiny triangles? Right there. Deep, 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 deep. They're really close to your thumbs and they make a little tiny triangle. And so, to display Jacob's ladder, you have to stick your finger, your pointer finger, just to the first knuckle into that tiny triangle. And then you sort of drop your pinkies and you don't need to pull tight yet. So what we're going to do, I'm going to point my thumbs towards me. That's the way I'm twisting. And you see those, I still have those top loops on my pointer fingers right here. But those are going to fall off, and that's what's supposed to happen. Because I turned my thumbs towards me. And oh, there went the things off my pointers. And I'm still stretching until I have Jacob's ladder. It's actually a pretty good length string for that. But yeah. The last part of this trick is you have you want to release it so it doesn't knot up. So you've got that type. You got the white string along the top and the green string along the bottom. I'm just gonna take off Jacob's ladder so I don't lose it. And I grab the white string and the green string, those straight ones at the top and the bottom. And I just pull. And I get a clean loop, no knots. And that's Jacob's ladder, which you can do pretty fast once you get a lot of practice in. But yeah, there's a few things that people forget. And if you're making a mistake anywhere along there, it won't come out right.